It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Yes, welcome back, you beautiful souls. We're live right here, opening up on S3. It's your feel-good breakfast show. Now, this morning we have been appreciating our indigenous plants like rooibos and spekboom. But little did you know, our spicy chef in the kitchen has a green thumb too. Yes, indeed. Michaela Tsuin is here. She's joining us on the couch to talk about how she's using a pot plant to style up her home and how we should be taking care of them. Michaela!
Yes!
I'm excited because I'm also a massive plant, enthusiast. My house is just, there's no walls. It's just green stuff everywhere.
Yes! You're my kind of person.
We're vibing, we're resonating.
Are you going to let me look at your plants?
Yes, you can see mine if I can see yours.
my whole house is just plants. Yeah.
Awesome. So I've seen you've already got some of your babies here, but before we get into what these are, talk to me about your plants. What do they do for you? Why are they so important? What does it do for your home?
So my plant obsession actually started, I was dating a guy who wanted to open a plant shop.
Okay.
And it kind of went downhill from
Why
there
did you
for
kill all
me.
these plants?
No. Well, I'd always look at his plants and I'd be like, this is boring. And then one day it clicked because you find that right plant that sits well for you. Yeah. And then after that, it just becomes like a slippery slope downhill and you just have an excessive amount of plants.
Yes.
I've over 100.
Are you joking?
No.
100 plants?
Yeah.
Okay, I
100
definitely have
plants.
to come and see yours. So look, I mean, you've got these little babies over here. Are
Yes.
these, so I know with plants, and a lot of people that are watching at home are going to want to know, how do I not kill my plants? Because that seems to be the forte with a lot of Mzansi. We're good at killing our plants, and especially when it comes to high maintenance, low maintenance.
Yes.
What exactly are these in front of us, by the way?
So this one is a Maranta Lucanera.
Okay.
And this one is a little plant baby. And it's a Hoya Hushkiliana variegata.
A Hoya Hushkiliana?
Yes, variegata.
Variegata, okay.
So it's a variegated form. The standard ones are usually just green in color, but this one has that bit of white, cream, and when the new leaves come out, they come out pink. It's beautiful.
Wow, that's insane.
Yeah.
Okay.
So these are slightly more of your upper tier plants. I would suggest that when you're buying plants in the beginning, go for something that's cost effective because they're kind of like your trial and error. So that's how we all end up starting. You buy something like a ZZ plant and you test out what it needs. So I would say test out the watering first. If you start to see it droop, then you know, okay, it's time for me to water my plant.
Okay.
But the best way I tend to water is I suss out whichever of my plants need individual attention. And what you do for testing your plant soil is you literally just stick your finger in about till the first knuckle, whatever you call it.
What are these things on my fingers called again?
The first
That wrinkly thing.
phalange.
Okay, so you stick your finger in, and then what are you feeling for?
If it's moist, so if the soil still feels slightly damp, then you're like, I'm good to go.
Okay.
So I would say the first way to test with your plants is to let the soil dry out completely.
Yeah.
And if your plant seems unhappy by the soil being dried out completely, then you tend to keep the soil at a moist stage.
All right. Yeah, so this is what I wanted to get to now, because we're finding out when it comes to watering, when it comes to high maintenance, low maintenance. I'm loving the education when it comes to plants. So maybe you can tell us, because you've got, you said, hundreds of plants. What are we looking at when it comes to these? Because this looks like paper art.
So it's called an Oxalis triangularis.
Oh, wow.
And they actually grow wild in your gardens. I don't know if you've ever seen four-leaf clovers and stuff.
Yes.
That's basically what an oxalis is, but this is the more advanced version. They go dormant during winter seasons, so during winter you literally just take the bulbs out of the soil and you let them dry out, and then when it's summertime or springtime you just replant them.
So if you find a four-leaf purple clover like that...
Not in your garden.
Guaranteed the wish, right?
Yeah.
I love
They're
it.
incredible and they look like butterflies. That's what everyone always says.
And then what is this exactly?
So that's also a Hoya. It's a Polyneura, and my one flowered this year.
Oh,
so
beautiful. Flowers once a year?
Yeah, roundabout. But some people actually have luck and they flower all year long. Their plant will just be so happy that it will just keep going. And that's a string of turtles. They're really cute, but really hard to maintain.
And they look
you
like little
basically have to
turtles.
keep them in a terrarium to keep them happy.
Oh, wow. Okay, so humidity and everything is very important for this.
So, for instance, this Maranta loves high humidity. I would say if you don't have a humidifier in your household and your household isn't naturally humid, I'm blessed to have a very humid house because I have so many plants at this point in time. you can just spray them with a water bottle like twice a day. So in the morning before you go to work, just take a spray bottle and just give them a shoop shoop, and then when you come home at night, just do the same thing. If you start to see brown tips on it, it tends to mean that there's not enough either water in the soil or there's not enough humidity in your air. But my favorite thing about this plant, which I think a lot of people would love, is it's called a prayer plant, because during the day you'll see now all the leaves are facing downwards.
Yes.
And at night time, they move and close their leaves upwards.
Like hands
Like
praying.
praying.
Oh, that is so awesome. Michaela, look, I'm loving all this knowledge. I had no idea you were this deep into the game. Wow. I need to
Yeah.
come and visit. I need to see some more of these hundreds of plants that you do have. But Mzansi, that's all we have for you when it comes to educating yourself on pot plants. You heard how it comes to watering, when you need to water, when you're worrying too much, and the test and the tricks around it. So thank you. I love it. And well played as well. You're cutie. I want to steal a little piece
Everyone's
of
going to take cuttings of this afterwards.
Dibs.